it started off slow, and we launched it as like this commissary kitchen, and we just kind of marketed through like word of mouth. But it just kind of took off. So then we launched the Instagram page, we started marketing it, and we've kept upgrading it, and we added a dishwasher, we've added walk-in coolers, mixers, all sorts of stuff. We've just been slowly upgrading it. So we're at the point now where we're actually expanding the kitchen and including a classroom area for cooking classes, right? So it's really been a huge success. It's only the second year we've been doing it, and really only the first year that we've been doing it under the Clarence Creative Kitchen moniker. Um, but yeah, I mean, we used the food corridor all along, or really the kitchen door, I should say, because that was where some of our earliest leads came in from, the free, service, the kitchen door. And then I think 3 months ago, we joined the food corridor, and that's been a godsend because now suddenly it unleashed all these other hours that we're able to use and market. Whereas before, everything had to be based on just like an Excel spreadsheet of, a fixed amount of time every month. Now it's much more dynamic, and we can fit a lot more clients into the kitchen. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of the whole nutshell. Sorry if I kind of rambled, but that's essentially the entire story of the kitchen, basically, and how we got started and how it grew to what it is now.
Cool. Awesome. And so before you were using us, I know that was kind of a pain point that you had. You were really only able to do the long-term accommodations. It was harder to do the
Hmm.
short term. So have you seen improvement in that? Are you able to book more different diverse renters and more hours since using the food corridor?
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's going to sound like an infomercial for the food corridor, but it's really, I mean, ever since we joined the food corridor, right, the actual, not just the kitchen door, but the food corridor, our revenues and our users numbers have skyrocketed. It's gone up by probably 300%. Like, it's been remarkable because literally, it completely revolutionized how we do business because prior to joining the food corridor, everything, as you said, it was just like an annual, rental or maybe 6 months rental, and it was a fixed schedule. So it really was a very small niche group of people that like knew exactly what hours they needed every single week, and we had like one weekly schedule that we printed out and put on the wall. It was like every single time someone would come in and they'd say, well, I don't need time every week. I just need a few hours per month, or I need to be flexible. Some days I need this, some days I need that. And we really had no mechanism to deal with that until we signed up with the food corridor. So now we can capture all of these people that just need like a very basic thing, right? Because a lot of them really only need the kitchen for basic prep stuff or for doing their dishes or something like that. So it's really a handful of hours a month. And then what we do is we set like a minimum price, in our case, like $249 a month. And then that's like the minimum, which includes, a set number of hours. But then if people need more hours, if they need, say, 8 hours a week or 10 hours a week, we can go up from there, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Well, again, it sounds like I'm like, paid to say this for you guys. I'm not. It's been remarkable since we switched to food corridor, the improvements that we've seen. It's been really good and easy to use.
And what about did you have any friction or do you have any friction with food businesses using it as is though, or do they find it easy to use?
No, they find it easy. I mean, they'll just log in once to set up their credit card account and everything, and then they'll put their hours in, and they just use the same hours every week, right, or every month, and they'll just schedule it out for 4 months, and then that's that, right? They barely log in. And other people every single week are tweaking it, and changing their hours and deleting hours, but it's fine, that's the whole point. I mean, let them each use it how they need to use it.
Yeah. And then have you had any improvement in terms like the reoccurring billing? Is that were you missing any revenue before with like overage or just not having
Yeah,
enough?
absolutely. Because previously we treated it as like, oh, we made them sign like this 10-page like lease. Like they were essentially leasing the kitchen for a fractional amount of time. And then they had to manually fill out a form to do like their direct deposit information. They had to pay by check. It was a whole thing. And it's like, in this day and age, that's just not feasible, right? Like people want to just pay by credit card and they want it to be frictionless or debit card, right? Or bank account, but whatever. Like it's easy to just basically just go in and set it up just like with Airbnb or with whatever other app. It's like you just put in your credit card and then set it up and you charge the monthly fee, right? And obviously then until they cancel, we just keep it going, right? Because it's a pay as you go. We do month to month, so anyone can cancel anytime. But we find that people then can just stay and keep paying it like Netflix. They're just paying a subscription, and when they need it, it's there. It's how we market it to people. It's like you're getting access to the kitchen, which is fully certified, and when you need the kitchen, it's there for you.